Oba! Como vai, Fire Drake? Sejam todos muito bem-vindos à live de hoje, nesta quarta-feira. Opa, meu celular tava me lembrando de fazer um negócio que eu tinha esquecido. Ah, meu Deus, agora eu vou ficar esquecida mesmo. Porque agora a live começou, pô. Então, é isso. Eu estou bem, obrigado por perguntar. Hoje nós vamos continuar lendo Pesterquest, né? Hoje é a rota da Kanaya. Semana passada foi a rota do Karket, começando aí os Trolls no jogo, né? A parte deles. E hoje a gente vai continuar, porque o Karket é rota 5, parte 1, um negócio assim. E é a Kanaya rota 5, parte 2. Pelo que eu pude ver na internet previamente, a rota da Kanaya é tão pequetucha quanto a do Karket, então hoje eu acho que vai ser uma live pequena. Já preparo vocês. Sem falar que eu preciso... Música da live? Deixa eu trocar aqui então. Melhorou? Sem falar que eu preciso fazer uma coisa depois, então eu não vou conseguir fazer essa live ficar muito esticada, não. Beleza. Mas vamos continuar de onde paramos. You are learning more about yourself every day. For example, while you already knew that friendship was everything, you are now realizing that staying with your friends is not a priority. Deixa eu ver se a... Bababababá, teste. Bababababá, teste. Tá. Eu acho que o volume tá bom, vocês me falam aí no chat. A música da live tá alta. É a música do jogo. Pera aí. Ah, tá. Tô ligada o que aconteceu. Ah, babababá. Tô ligada o que aconteceu. Opa, peraí. Eu andei mudando a babá. Acho que assim fica melhor. Eu andei mudando... Eu tô doida. A sensibilidade do mic. Hello there, fala Hiroro. I'm good, and you? Beleza, Fire Drake, bom trabalho. Certo. At least, that must be right, because you keep leaving friends and starting over again. Why are you doing this? Probably a deeply held value of some kind. That makes sense. Eu liguei o compressor. Anyway, you're ready to meet more friends. And the only place you've seen new people recently has been on Jade's dream planet. You zap on over there. This time, something is different. It seems to be a different part of they than before, and the overhead clouds that previously served as fluffy ambient backdrop are now alive with images. Meteors striking a dark world. A planet covered in sugar mountains, dotted with goofy giant teapots. A young gray-skinned alien girl running around catching frogs. These must be the clouds Jade was referencing, the ones she said could never be wrong. Well, you can take guidance from them too. You've trusted more dubious things than clouds. You zone in on that frog girl with the short haircut and the red skirt. Time for the zappy thing. It's always night on Troll Planet, at least when folks are out and about, but it's not usually this dark. Se a live cair é porque tá chovendo aqui, tá? Tá dando até trovão pelo que eu pude ouvir. You confidently head out to start exploring your surroundings and immediately run into a wall face first. Okay. You're getting your bearings now. You've ended up in some kind of closet. You refrain from making a hackneyed joke about it. They probably don't even have that cultural metaphor here. Not that I know. And the noise you made elicited an answering yelp of surprise in the room outside. You hear footsteps approaching you, and then someone yanks the door open. Oh my. Hello? What the fuck? Opening the door has allowed a beam of bright sunlight to fall across your face. You feel instinctively that the light is something to avoid. You hold your hands up to shield your face, and then remember that your hands are also made of skin and whimper. Neuron activation. Oh my god! Também conhecido como? Oh my god! Boa noite, Vimon. Como vai tu? The heat is doing its best to fry you. Like a vampire in a movie, you are sure that idle thought will not end up having any relevance to this Stroke Girl's story whatsoever. What are you? Did you just wander in here or like... what? Something like that, you tell her, cringing away from the light. You get the feeling this girl's not gonna fall for the old mailman gambit. Mail troll? You tell her you know one of her other friends. Who? Wait. Is it Carcat? Yes! I knew it. He makes friends with all kinds. Well, I obviously can't kick you out right now. You don't seem to be able to handle the sun. So I guess you better stick around until at least nighttime. You could easily zap to nighttime, but this is giving you an in, so instead you agree. No problem, you can just hang out in this closet. It's fine, it's a lovely closet. I know, we just met, but you're being kind of weird. You hope it's the kind of weird that eventually becomes charming. You don't say that though, just think it. You know the barrier between your words and thoughts is ambiguous at best, but for real. Anyway, you have no obligation to skulk around in my wardrobe-defying assets chamber. I have solution. Pulling the shades, maybe? No. Why would I deprive my plants of life? Giving sunlight for a fragile-skinned creature I've never met before. Is it another solution? It is another solution. A minute later, you are dressed in a floor-length gown of emerald velvet with long sleeves, a high neckline, and a dramatic hood to pull over your head. The dress does nothing for the heat, but it effectively shields you from sunlight. There you go. All swaddled up like a baby, you joke. The troll just gives you a level look. Clearly, you've stumbled on a cultural misalignment. Even though she's the one who hasn't even heard of a baby, she stares at you until you start to feel embarrassed for knowing things that she doesn't know. She's very good at staring contests. What an amazing potential friend. Eu estou bem, obrigado por perguntar. Now, out of the closet. You know now that that joke won't land either. You look around the room. It is indeed covered with plants, as well as colorful bolts and of fabric and half-finished sewing projects. Unlike roses needing disarray, it does not give the impression of someone who has difficulty finishing things. This rose room gives the impression of someone who enjoys, even excels at having multiple irons in hot places. Or at least she thinks she does. Acabei de perceber uma coisa, eu sou a Rose e a Mimi a Kanaya. Puta que pariu. She seems to have just been on her computer thing when you zapped in because her chat client is flashing insistently. You try to peer at the open window, but she hits a button and makes the projection disappear, a delicate green flush rising to her cheeks. No need to look at that. Guiltily, you remember spying on Rose. When she called you out, you thought for a second that your chances of being her friend had run out. Like, if there was a universe where you became her friend and no one where you didn't, you'd stumbled clumsily into the wrong one, the bad one, if you will. But luckily, everything turned out fine. Maybe you could get away with it again? Plus, this troll doesn't even know about your powers yet, not like Rose did. She would have no reason to suspect you. Spy on the troll's communications or do not. I'm going to spy. You excuse yourself to you don't know what they call it here, the necessaries. You wave your hand in a vaguely embarrassed way and the troll gets it. Out of her sight, you zap back to a few minutes ago, just outside the door to the room you're in now. You wait until you hear the thump of yourself arriving in the closet and the troll abandoning her desk. Then you quickly zap into the room and read her current chat. It just cannot escape my notice that the last 3 times you've contacted me, it was to ask if I finished your dress yet. Under these circumstances, I find it trying to believe that you want it for no particular reason. I wish you would just tell me why it's so important. Of course you do. Fussy Fangs always has to have a reason for everything. Maybe I just want a present for my monorail? Did you think of that? Que isso, Hiroru? Or are you too busy fussing around in your fuss block? Maybe I'm being nice? Or did you not think I can be nice sometimes? I know you can be. When you want. Sort of. Are we monorails again now then? Yesterday you said defining our relationship was something only lame dorks would do. Yeah, and my monorail is a super lame dork. That's you, Fangface. It's just that I can't help but notice that I'm your monorail again right now. When you want something from me. You notice a lot, don't you? Always noticing something. Oh my god, you're so toxic. I bet you would be shocked to know how much you don't see. You don't even know half of what I have going on. If I have ever pretended to know what's going on with you, please allow me to apologize. For such a gross misinterpretation of my reality. Misrepresentation. Whatever. Can you just tell me if you've finished it yet? Hello, Kanaya? The log ends there. You zap back before past you and is done, changing into the dress, and re-enter the room. The troll Kanaya is back at her lunchbox computer, typing furiously. I love toxic women like the ones who can... What? You're crazy. You're cray-cray. You're bazinga in the head. You have to handle this situation delicately. She can't know you were spying on her. Since you've already said that you know Carcat, you had your bets on all of them sharing the same friend group. Your bet on... You ask her carefully if she happens to know your other friend as well. Arachnid's grip. The little grin flush darkens Kanaya's cheeks again. She bites her lip, showing one kinda adorable fang. Yes, I know her. Why? You are sure that helping Kanaya figure out her situation with this girl is the key to earning her friendship. A big juicy interpersonal conflict to solve has been dangled in front of you, and nothing makes friends more reliably. But then again, you don't really know anything about this other troll. You don't even know her name, just her handle. Can it really be of use to Kanaya? Especially when your knowledge of the girl is based on a foundation of lies. Is this the right way to go? Offer to help her with AG. I'm going to help her. That's what I'm going to do. You gesture wildly. You and this girl, whose name you do totally know, go way back. In fact, if Kanaya wants some help figuring things out with her, you could definitely help. You're an observant person. This part is true, and you want to help her. These do. Kanaya thinks this over, looking skeptical. What could you do to help? She's just impossible. Everyone knows that already. I'm not breaking new ground about Vriska here. Vriska! That must be her name. Despite Kanaya's outward frustration, you keep sensing some kind of guilty affection here. You don't know what a moirail is. How could you? You've never heard that word before, but it conjures a feeling inside you, a vague sense of warmth and comfort, and for some reason, a dark room and the smell of popcorn. Anyway, it's clearly some kind of intimate relationship, and Kanaya's feelings are all wrapped up in it. You know what to do in that kind of situation. She needs to tell Vriska how she feels. You expect Kanaya to brush this off. She hasn't exactly been Miss Emotional Openness so far, and she looks like she's about to, but then she wavers. To your surprise, she lets out a heavy sigh, her shoulders slumping. What would be the point? She's not even into the relationship we have now. There's no way she'd want to take it in a more crimson direction. Clearly, these feelings have worn her down so much, her spiky defenses are weakened. You don't want to cheer on someone's vulnerabilities, but, well, it's hard to forge a friendship without them. You ask if she's sure about that. Well, no. I can't ever tell if she's sincere. She makes serious things into jokes and jokes into big dramas. I thought she started calling me her moirail as a joke, but she told everyone else about it too. She didn't even ask me what I wanted. And now, I don't know how to talk to her about it. Every conversation we have gets so antagonistic, but I'm not interested in that quadrant with her. Sometimes it feels like our relationship is just an aggregation of shallow and insincere hostilities. Despite the unfamiliar alien words, this teen romantic flailing is common among all species, you nod sympathetically. But, you point out, Kanaya isn't happy now, so what would she have to lose if she pressed the issue? Kanaya gives you that even scathing gaze again. And what is your personal interest in my quadrants? Karkat's friend. Whoops, you pushed it too far. All your recent successes have made you cocky. You revert to barefaced honesty and tell her you want to get to know her better. I have plenty of friends already, and I don't even like some of them. But I will think about your unsolicited and unwelcome advice. Advice from a stranger whose presence you are tolerating solely to not be responsible for the death of an innocent is well known to be the best kind of advice. That's about the best you can ask for. You shut up and sit quietly while Kanaya goes back to her activities, sewing and tending to her plants with a big chainsaw she seems to have pulled out of nowhere. Oh my god, I'm going to get killed. Finally, she huffs a sigh and throws the chainsaw down on the floor. It disappears again, but a little goat tube rolls away from where it landed. Kanaya stalks back to her magic computer lunchbox. She's emanating such a determined air that you don't dare to address her. Maybe she's forgetting about you. If so, it's to your advantage, cause Kanaya set up projects her in Windows in a very visible way, and she didn't tell you not to look this time. You know how you basically refuse to be straightforward with me? You know how you... And I use this metaphor with full consciousness of its on-the-nose nature. Always weave a web of intricate intricate emotional misdirection, and basically act in the most infuriating way possible. What? Slow down. What are you talking about? Why did you start calling me your monorail? Was it because you actually had those feelings for me? Or did it suit your purposes somehow? What if I started calling you my mate sprit? Will that make it reality? Is that how it works? You just say things and assume they will happen, like you said, instead of talking about it with the other person involved. That time I meant you in an abstract and general sense, not specifically you. Wait, are you saying you want to be mate sprits? You know, I'm one of the few of us who still likes you. Good evening, Mateus, without an H. How are you? You know, everyone wonders why I still talk to you at all. And sometimes I do too, after everything you've done. I think in this situation, the evidence for strong concupiscent feelings on my part is compelling. I do not think our so-called moirailgens is satisfying enough to account for my continued attachment to you. Any outside observer could perceive as much. Wow! I think there was a confession somewhere buried under all that insulting language. You know what, Minifangs? Let's do it. Let's be mate sprits. Do not mock me. I'm not. Jeez, do you see how unfair you're being? Vriska, be more straightforward. Vriska, talk clearly about your feelings. Define our relationship. Then when I do it, this is what I get. Let's flip red, why not? Wait, really? Yes! Kanaya slams the lunchbox shut and turns to you. She's even more flustered than she was before, and you can't tell if she's freaked out or thrilled. Maybe even she doesn't know. Listen, I have to go somewhere. You can let yourself out, right? Do not steal anything from me. You open your mouth, about to suggest that you could teleport her where she needs to go, but she rushes past you and down the stairs. Then she's gone. Dang, you've been getting really good mileage lately, out of being the person to unite distant friends. Lousy goddamn stupid independent action. You get the feeling following her wouldn't go over well either. Kanaya probably needs some privacy right now. A lesser friendship aspirant might give up at this point, but your unique skills have honed in on one thing. This relationship is happening because of your advice. Surely once things settle down, Kanaya will remember this and turn to you, ready to embrace you and rain down thanks and praise for your good works. You're not about to wait around for it here. You zap ahead a couple days. Fala, Rica, como vai? Intrusive thoughts are strong in this one. Yeah, it's like me. Today I made session with some clients as trainee. Oh my god, congratulations, that's awesome. It was a little weird, the person scared me a bit. Oh my god, that's a little worrying. But in general, that's awesome, I guess. No Kanaya. Nothing in the room indicates that Kanaya has ever been back here yet. You try a couple days more, still no Kanaya. You zap again. Now you're a week out, and the brown edges on some of the leaves suggests that Kanaya has been at her new girlfriend's house this entire time. You're about to give up when you hear a door slam downstairs. Pão de honey with milk, aceitations? Aceitations, thank you. Kanaya storms up the winding staircase, stopping dead when she sees you. Oh great, just what I need. Someone I don't know here in a delicate emotional time to witness my compromised state. Whenever I am on the precipice of romantic disaster, I always think to myself, I wish a deformed stranger was in my house refusing to leave, just to bear witness to my inelegant suffering. Okay, wow, that was harsh. You're beginning to think your strategy is not going to pan out. Never one to be deterred easily, you cautiously ask her if she wants to talk about it. She puts her face in her hands. You know what? You are probably the only person who thought this was remotely a good idea. And therefore probably the only one I can complain to. Everyone else saw this coming, I'm sure. As outcomes go, this one was not particularly stealthy. When she looks up, she doesn't look angry anymore. She's just upset. Oh no. I do not know why I thought that in becoming my mate spirit she would somehow start acting differently than the way she always has. Relationships are hard. Relationships are hard and nobody understands. Oh my god, is that a motherfucking reference to the worst role ever? One of them? Well, no. I mean, they are a very common form of social interaction. I think most people, especially past the age when their genetic contribution is legally required, understand or face certain culling. Okay, never mind that. You were trying to do a thing and it clearly didn't work. So things didn't work out with Vriska? You could say that. At first, it was everything I wanted. She's right, you know? She can be nice sometimes. But then she just started ordering me around. Like I had to do what she said just because I was her mate spirit. Like maybe the reason she agreed in the first place was because she wanted that leverage. You know, she's upset, but she isn't getting visibly emotional. Instead, as she talks, her eyes narrow and her voice grows icy with anger. She grows very still, her muscles held taut. And she kept trying to use me to get back in with our friends who sensibly dropped her already. Like Karket and Tarazi. Although I can't believe I still have any cash with them after so obviously taking leave of my senses enough to date her. What moon? You dick? I like What moon. He's my precious little baby. When I was a teenager, he was my boyfriend, but now he's very young for me, so now he's my baby. Even Tarazi wasn't stupid enough for that. It felt like she just wanted me to like her so she could exploit me. Maybe because she doesn't have enough other friends, so she had to get the most out of me. Her voice is trembling with anger now. Geez, that's rough, buddy. Honestly, it sounds to you like Kanaya dodged a bullet. When you first saw that Kanaya had a crush on this girl, you kind of assumed that someone as composed and rational as Kanaya would be drawn to someone who would compliment her well. But you've just watched her walk into a train wreck. Well, encourage her to. Fala oi, tudo bem, tudo bom? It's probably good she broke up with Vriska. Left Punch, the clown? I don't like clowns, especially this one. I do not like this clown, nor homestuck clown. I don't like the clown. I didn't. Oh, well, but you're right. She stalks over to her husk top and throws the top open so violently it nearly breaks. She opens the window and starts typing. Oh my god, she's breaking her keyboard. Her claws hit the key so hard that one of them pops off and flies to the ground. She's like me for real. Doesn't show visible emotions. Oh my. She's your favorite girl already. It's difficult to do anything that I'm most gonna. You know, Vriska, I didn't just want to date you. I wanted you to feel the same things I felt and treat me like a mate spirit. And whatever this is, it isn't what I wanted. Excuse me? What are you saying? But Kanaya slams the screen down and turns away. Then she puts her hands over her face again and bursts into tears. You can't help but feel a little awkward. There? Kanaya glares at you. Oh my god. You know, this is your file. This is oh my god, my dicção! I'm not falando coisa certo hoje. Matheus. Meu Deus, Matheus. Oh my god, Matheus. You know this is your fault, right? I do not think you have shown yourself to be competent enough in this area to try to fix things now. Can you please just leave me alone? Yeah, you're not gonna be able to turn this around. Leaving probably is the best thing you can do for Kanaya now. You nod sadly and zap the fuck out of there. You didn't help. Oh my, that is the worst ending of all. Some worst ending, I guess. Ooh. Okay. Oh no. Oh god. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna spy on her again, but now I'm going to back off while I still can. A Capela Sistina é muito bonita mesmo. Starry Night! Starry Night is very bonita too. No reason, you say, just curious. Kanaya gives you a suspicious look. Okay. Well, I'm kind of in the middle of something. You can just while away the time until it gets dark. Acho que tá faltando coisa aqui. Não tá muito bem revisada essa rota aqui não. Sure. You watch her for a few minutes as she finishes up her conversation and then starts working on things around her room. But having seen what you've seen, you are determined to find some way to help her. If you can't fix her interpersonal problems, maybe you can figure out something else she'd enjoy. Filled with investigative spirit, you start to gather evidence. You start to snoop. Spying got you this far. Spying is great. I love Starry Night in the Doctor Who episode because they make like the painting move, kind of, and it's simply beautiful. You rifle through Kanaya's bookshelf. She has a number of sewing pattern books, which you assume must have some kind of whimsically gruesome twist congruent with the rest of the world building on this planet, but pretty much just look like sewing pattern books. There is one thing on the shelf in your own language. It's not a book, but a stack of printed out pages bound together in a distinctly homemade way. It says Sbur Beta Walkthrough at the top and is covered with familiar erudite prose. Yeah, that scene hits hard. Yeah. You're pretty sure the events described in this document never happened in the timeline you're currently making. But maybe whatever source Kanaya got this from is not bound strictly to one timeline. There are a number of books featuring shining white figures, mostly women, with prominent fangs and variously colored blood dripping from their cruel and elegant mouths. Arigato. They are all dressed in an explosion of brightly colored fabrics. Something about their sparkle strikes you as deeply, strangely familiar. You must just be thinking of vampires. There's no reason you would know anything about whatever the rainbow blood imbibing troll equivalent is. Girls with blood. Oh my. She's a vampire. Calm yourself. Most of these covers feature a swooning troll of varying genders, clearly about to have their throats torn out sexily. Many of the rainbow vampires are being menaced by brave heroes, all wielding chainsaws. A loud buzz makes you look up. You can't help but notice that Kanaya is standing on to her topiaries with a large chainsaw of her own. Southbourne has vampires? Am I being spoiled for a movie that I've wanted to see? Is that what's happening? Oh my. She's a vampire alien. Have you not read Homestuck with me? Come on, guys. Oh no, Hiroru didn't. But Mateus, please, Mateus. It's a joke. Oh my, okay. Okay. You're putting this all together. The right colors around her house, the choice of weapon, the love of sunlight. Kanaya's heart's desire is clearly to date a sexy vampire. Maybe that's what AG is. That's not remotely correct. Internal joke, not spoiler. Out of context. Not bad. Okay. You wonder if you could make this happen for her. Maybe on this planet, it's not just a fantasy. You clear your throat to get Kanaya's attention, and then casually wonder aloud if Alternia has any kind of non-living creatures. Oh. You mean the undead? Yes, the undead. Where might one find the undead? It is not difficult. They tromp past my hive in their hordes every day, slavering and so on, trying to get in sometimes. It's all coming together. That must be the root of Kanaya's fascination. You start to form a plan. For the next few hours, you keep a keen eye trained on the window. Sure enough, within an hour, a group of strange, shambling creatures lurches into view. You yell and point out the window, drawing Kanaya's attention, and then zap yourself out there in front of the horde. Great jokes here, and simping for vampires. That's what I expected. Now that you're close up, you can see that these guys are not exactly the debonair creatures of the night from Kanaya's book covers. They are more like zombies, big slow stumbling things, half of them falling apart. Still, needs must. You are going no net one of them for Kanaya. You're going to net one of them for Kanaya. You stand your ground as they lurch towards you, trying to select the most alluring. Suddenly, Kanaya is at your side, out of breath from running. She's wielding her chainsaw. Are you actually bereft of sense? You don't fight the undead. This is suicidal. You weren't trying to fight them, but there's no time to explain that, because they attack you anyway. A great monstrous arm backhands you to the ground, and monster claws tear through your gown and into your shoulder, lifting you by it. The creature opens a mouth full of more teeth than you thought could fit inside there. Then you're falling. You hit the ground and roll, dirt grinding into the wounds on your arm. Oh my. The top half of the creature lands next to you, twitching slightly. Kanaya's chainsaw gleams with its black blood. She trolls and bisects another undead thing, but then a third bear hugs her from behind and lifts her, its maw opening wide. You scramble to your feet and throw yourself at Kanaya, grabbing her kicking leg and squeezing your eyes shut to concentrate. You zap. Please don't let the monster have come with you. You open your eyes. The monster did not come with you. Only its arms did. Kanaya shakes herself a little, free from their disembodied embrace. Blood pools on her carpet. She does something to get rid of her chainsaw, and suddenly she's holding a tube of lipstick, which she opens. She slicks a fresh coat of black onto her lips. You slowly catch her breath. You're about to offer an apology, but something makes you pause. Kanaya is staring at the pools of blood. She cautiously, guiltily leans down and swipes a finger in the mess. Then she brings it to her mouth and delicately licks. Blah! She makes a face and spits the blood out. Then she looks up at you, flushing emerald with embarrassment. Oh, you think you made a mistake? Kanaya doesn't want to date a vampire, she wants to be a vampire. Pretend you did not see that. You smile cautiously. It's okay, you tell her. You're embarrassed yourself by your foolish actions. Yes. Why did you do that? Also, how did you teleport? We will be coming back to that one, do not mistake me. But I can't understand why anyone would run straight into a horde of the undead. You look down. It's just that when she said undead, you were picturing something else. Another kind of creature that was dead and now isn't, and is a little more appealing. When you read it on hand, the make game close the image of her with chainsaw. Oh my, is that right? She even likes Chainsaw Man. She's the love of my life. Oh, she didn't say that. Chainsaw Man wasn't invented. With the futures, kind of. Understanding dawns. Oh. I see. Well, that's understandable. Vampires are just so cool. They're so cool and hot, and it would make sense for anyone to want to be one. I don't know what a vampire is, but I believe that we are on the same page. Maybe I misjudged you. Perhaps you have greater intelligence and finer taste than I originally inferred. Maybe you say, and you bet anyone with taste would find Kanaya's daring, unconventional, aesthetic intriguing. Even someone like the tentacle therapist. Kanaya freezes. What? How did you just... I mean, who's that? I mean, she clears her throat uncomfortably. Whoever that is, I hope you are right. And also, well, she looks embarrassed again. Thank you for saying so. You nod, wondering if you should say more. But you should keep that friend's secrets. Just like you are going to keep Kanaya's vampire fantasy secret. Because that's what friends do. Oh my, bounded for life. Yeah, I think that was like kind of a good ending. Kind of. Because we totally mentioned Rose to her and she was like so embarrassed. That was cute. So I'm not going to spy her now. No, even if you don't get caught. It's just not a good way to begin a friendship. Much fairer to start on even footing. Besides, you already have an in. You ask the troll how she knows Carkit. She looks bored by this conversation starter. Sorry, but I was actually kind of busy when you came in. I am not going to consign you to fury death outside in the light, but I would appreciate some personal time. Sure, you say. Of course. The troll gives you a suspicious look until you turn away enough that she can be assured of privacy. She goes right back to chatting with her friends. Obrigado pelo lurk, Blazy. She's so cute, I'm gonna die. Kind of. After a while. She gets up and starts working on a dress she's sewing. She keeps getting frustrated, ripping it out and redoing it to get it perfect. She's not being rude to you, but she's ignoring you. You attempt to engage a few more times, and she keeps answering politely, but she just refuses to be pulled into shenanigans from which a lasting friendship could form. After several hours, the sun slips below the horizon and leaves the world in twilight. The troll girl yawns. Well, it should be safe for you to leave now. Goodbye. She nicely but firmly directs you to the door. Out the door. Polite goodbye. Shoot, shoot! Her face. Oh my god. That is priceless. Absolutely fucking priceless. I guess I did everything. Yeah? Let's see. I did that. And then I did that. And things got out of hand. Yeah, that was not a nice ending. That was like the worst of all. And then I did that and this. And we got some sort of neutral ending. And then I did this. And then that was it. Yeah. So we are done today. This was like even shorter than last week. So yeah, that was Kanaya's route. And the next week we're going to read Gamzee. Oh no! Oh my god, not the fucking clown. Fucking cannons. How do they work? Yeah, it's like yay, but like, oh my god. I'm going to close the stream, you know? Cause yeah, one route per live. Dish bag route is cool. Oh no, not the clown. Yeah, I'm sure I want to overwrite it. Why is Karkat here? I don't know. Oh my. Are we going to... Oh, okay, okay. I see what's going on here. I see. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. That's it. We read volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 part 1, 5 part 2, and in the next week, we're going to read volume 6, route 1, which means we have more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have at least 14 more live streams for that game. I'm not counting if the route is like very big and I would have to separate in 2 or more parts, you know? So it's a new record today. I guess it's a new record. I don't know. I can like I'm going to research here to know if Gamzee's route is big or small. Gamzee, yeah. So what do we have here? We have Gamzee and then we have Riska. Yeah, so he's like part 1 of volume 6 and she's part 2 of volume 6. That's interesting. The 2 cuckoos. Yeah. Seems like they are small. Oh, they each have 3 endings altogether. Yeah, yeah. I think the next live streams for Pesterquest are going to be very little, like very small, you know, because I can read in half an hour. Oh my! So yeah, I guess Vriska and Gemzi are like very small. Oh, Vriska is a little. It's a little more for her. Figures. Yeah, that makes sense. People love her. Let me see. I have option 1, option 2. Yeah, Gamzi is going to be um like this live stream today. So it's going to be another short live stream next week. And then Vriska, I guess, it's going to take a little bit more from what I am reading here. Like, yeah. And then we have Equia's route, which is small. Teresa's route is small, unfortunately, because I like her a lot. Tavra's route is small. And then Aradia's route is going to be like Vriska, I guess. And Nepeta's route is going to be like medium. Then we have Solok's route. Eridan's, oh god. Fefari. Fefari is going to be kind of long. Not too long, I guess. Then we have the Alpha Kids. Jane, Jake, Roxy, my beloved, and Dirks. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of routes. A lot of small live streams from what I can tell. Who would not love her? Yeah, right? It's not just records, the entire universe. Oh my god. Almost a dozen. Why these? Cause should be 13. Tarazi. Oh no! Oh no! He didn't. He has jokes in English, in Portuguese, in every language you can imagine. He has preparo. Yeah, the things we unlocked. Unlocked? I guess. Yeah, we unlocked, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We are here. Yeah, that's where we are next week. There's some things that, yeah. You convinced John not to play a game. This probably won't have any far-reaching narrative consequences. You helped Rose with her mother's alcoholism. Your method was surely foolproof. You participated in the time-honored tradition of renaming someone else's familiar. You and Dave sampled ambrosia. What's that? Oh, it's Jade. Oh, you and Jade hosted the world's greatest lumber party. The lack of apocalypse was your favorite part. You brought Karka to meet some new friends. Nepeta would be proud. You assured Kanaya that liking Dracula's is really cool. Befriend Gamzi, befriend Vriska, befriend Aquias, befriend Terezi, Tavras, Aradiam, befriend Nepeta, Salix, Aridan, Fifari, Jane, Jake, Roxy, Dirk, Slide Through Reality. Yeah, discover the true ending. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. We are the Pesterquest. Yeah. I'm going to like guide you guys. I'm going to raid someone. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to raid Oshimaru because yeah, why not? Oh, he's playing Scooby Doo. Oh my, that's that's funny. Let's see what Oshimaru is doing, right? So, I see you tomorrow when we are going to play more Undertale in Portuguese. So, yeah, relax. See you next time, like tomorrow. And what is this emote? Okay, I don't get it, but okay. Um, yeah. So, see ya. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of tired to say stuff, so yeah. Drink water and take care of yourselves, okay? I'm hungry. Yeah, that makes sense. Goodbye for now.